our first speaker, Associate Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, Professor Alleli Ester C. Domingo.
So, when you say numbers, that's a very limited view of math because in higher math, actually, the advanced calculus, we never see any number in our text. Okay, so what do you see in this flower? A note, actually. It looks like a quarter note. So, it is called, so the common name is a doremi plant. Sometimes referred to the flowers as musical notes. It's a very beautiful plant. Okay, so look at the quarter notes here. And then the relationship between music and numbers is some of the elements. You have a number line there, a one line that coordinates that you have a bukupay. No, that's not a bukupay. But you divide it into two and then further into fourths. Okay. So you have this measurement also in time signatures. Okay. You are familiar with that. Number of beats per measure, and then the lower number will denote the value of 1 beat. Okay. So I need 8 volunteers. Okay. Let's look at the three notes that we took out of the, actually 7. Okay, then we have the lower C. And then one step forward, and E, and then the sol. Can I have the sol? Okay. You can join them later kasi para for harmony lang, ha? You can join them now. Kaya lang, let's have the do first. Mid. Okay, that sounds good. Okay, let's examine why they sound good. So we have a little C, an E, and a G. So when I will put the measurements here, and then take the ratios, okay, D to C, it's just a quotient. So every third wave of the G matches up with every second wave of the C. So I will use, okay, something that you see in your mga radios and your DVD players. Okay, that's how it looks when you play the C, G. And then let's look at the ratio of G to C. Again, that's 3 halves, but the ratio of E to C is 5/4. Okay. So nagmamatch sila. Okay. So they sound good together because of the match. So 2 notes that don't sound good together would be C and F. Look at the patterns. Kalat, diba? Yung kanina na do, mi, sol, very regular yung pattern. Now, if that is difficult to understand, let me give you a clearer one. Let's investigate further, okay? So we'll try taking 3 notes at a time out of the 35 possible combinations. Tignan nga natin yung rep pala. Can I have the rep, please? Re. Pa. Can I have the pa? After me. La. Re. Okay, together. Magain na yung la. Okay, so try later itong iba. But let me just give you the math behind this. Okay, try it on your seats. Okay, draw. Una muna, you draw a line, horizontal, then draw a vertical line. So that will give your paper 4 quadrants. Yan yung quadrants nyo sa math 14. Okay. Tapos, in the first quadrant, you're going to divide it into sectors na equal yung central angle nila. 30, 30, 30. Kasi 90 degrees yung isang sector, ba? Okay, so that would be 30, 30, 30 in each quadrant. And then we are going to put notes on the sectors, on the boundaries of the sectors. Okay, I will include the sharps 1/2 step higher with reference to the little C. Okay? So ito yung black keys, the sharps are the black keys in the piano. Okay. So what are we going to do? Yung do, mi, sol kanina, we are going to mark the 3 notes that sounded very good together. So we have do, mi, sol. Okay? You can mark it in any way you want. You can encircle it or put an asterisk. Now we are going to count. This is part of the combinatorics as a field. Counting. You're going to count the spaces in between the notes. Okay? For example, how many? Okay, imagine that as a buko pie slice, right? So, how many buko pie slices will you get when you move from the D, do, okay, middle C, to the mi, which is E? Can you count? 4, right? 1, the blue one, the red one, the green one, and then the violet one. So we have 4. Okay? I have 4 slices, buko pie. Okay? How many slices do I get as I travel from the mi to the sol? 3. How many slices of buko pie will I get if I travel from the sol to the do? Okay, now look at the numbers closely. Does this set remind you of anything that you learned earlier in your high school math or college math? Kung hindi kayo absent mo, the Pythagorean triplets. Okay, what does the Pythagorean triplet tell us? So this would be the simple Pythagorean triplets because we can generate more triplets like 5, 12, 13. So Pythagorean theorem says that x, y, and z or a, b, and c represent the sides of a right triangle. The longest will be the hypotenuse. Then you will have the leg squared plus the length of the other leg squared is equal to the hypotenuse squared. So if we have, can we run the proof to that theorem? This is Jin Akiyama runs a program, parang dead talk siya kumbaga kasi it runs on prime time dun sa 3D nila sa Japan.
無教育である数学の定理の中で一番ポピュラーで人気があるのがピタゴラスの定理、別名三平方の定理って言われます。
三平方の定理とは、直角三角形の斜辺に立つ正方形の面積は他の2辺の上に立つ正方形の面積の和に等しいということ。
ちょっと三平方の定理をね証明するから、それもね、7秒で。ピタゴラスの定理が言わんとすることは、これを一辺とするこの青い正方形、これを一辺とする黄色い正方形、面積を求めて足し算すると、この一番長い斜辺っていうのを一辺とするこの一番でかい正方形の面積になるよ。これが三平方の定理、ピタゴラスの定理ね。これ証明するからね、せーのドン。1、2、3、4、5、6、7。
それ欲しい、先生。
これ欲しい。
これすごい。
もう一回やってみる。ね、今ここいっぱいになってんのがこれ分散してこっちとこっちがいっぱいになるということは、取りも直さずこの面積はこれとこれの合計であるってもう一回やってみようね。せーのドン。7秒でちゃんといく。
おー、すごい。
ね、
踊っちゃうよ。かわいいよね。かわいい。
ほらほら。
Okay, ibig sabihin, when you want to compose some piece of music, the basics would be the good notes would follow the Pythagorean theorem. Okay, and we experimented this in my Math 2 class. In 2007, there was a call for a centennial hymn writing competition to mark the 100 years of the University of the Philippines Hispanics. So what we did, using logic and then using our Math music, I involved the whole class in critiquing the composition that I initiated. So the basic note was actually the do, mi, sol. Okay? So for instance, the chorus would go this way. Do, mi, sol, fa, mi, re, do, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi. Na, 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 goes your half notes. Na, 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 na. Okay, and then we translated it into notes. We have this for arrangement. O pamantasan ng Pilipinas, paglingkuran mo sa bayanan. And just start with the do, mi, sol. Okay, so wag niyong ismulin yung Pythagorean theorem, because you can create music. Okay? Kaya nga naging visual yung interpretation ni Dr. Akiyama. Kasi when you say square, you should see a square. So when you say a square, that would just be the area of a polygon having 4 sides that are equal in length, right? So we have this and this. So, kaya nga kasi instead of counting 5, 12, 13, mas madaling mag-count ng spaces na 3, 4, 5. Oh, by the way, it can go proportionally. So if I have a triangle, this leg is 3 and then another 4. I can extend the leg twice and then the other leg twice. So that would be 6, 8, and it would still be proportional and it would still follow Pythagorean theorem. I hope you had fun. And next lesson will be how we translate the genetic code into a musical piece.